Yo, what's up guys? You're back with your man TechNick, your go-to guy for videos on the latest tech. Now today, it really is all about the latest tech. I have the Xiaomi Mi 9 here with me today, and I am so amped to see what this device looks like. Anticipation has been killing me. They've thrown in pretty much every best spec that you could think of in a phone with an incredible camera. An incredible camera meaning the camera that you see in the Honor View 20, which I recently reviewed for you guys. I'll pop a link up here for you guys. You guys can go check that review out. But that has a 48 megapixel IM586 Sony sensor in it. And I still stated in my review that it was on par with the Mate 20 Pro and the Pixel 3 XL camera performance. So this is gonna have that on there, plus an ultra wide lens, and forget about all that 3D TOF lens stuff that the V20 had, because this has a damn telephoto lens on it as well. And other than all of this, it is cheaper than the View 20, and it has an in-display fingerprint sensor. It comes in obviously 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gig version, or 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gig variant, which is the one that I have here in Ocean Blue. Now, when you convert this to dollars, it's about 450 to 500 USD for the 6 gig of RAM, 128 gig variant, and 8 gig of RAM, 128 gig variant, directly converting it from the Chinese price tag here of 3,000 yuan and 3,300 yuan alike. This is TechNick, and without further ado, let's go. That view there. Now before we get to that, I want to have a look at the rest of what is. That's just a little teaser over there. Let's just put that guy aside and look at what else we have here. So in this little box that we have here, we have the Type-C to 3.5mm jack. Now, unfortunately, there is no headphone jack here. And then we have a transparent silicone case over here. I'm actually kind of digging it. I'll put this on here. You can actually see that massive cutout for the 3 lenses at the back of the Mi 9 over there. So we'll get to that in a minute as well. Of course, the charging cable. So we have USB-A to USB Type-C. With regards to the Type-C cable that we have over here, this is actually running USB 2.0 speeds. So it's not going to be the fastest speeds on your Windows machine or your Mac machine. So have a charging block. Yes, that is true. 27 watts from Xiaomi. Thank you for that, Xiaomi. And other than having 27 watts coming through wire charging, we actually have 20 watts wireless charging on this guy. Now on Samsung phones, it is limited to 15 watt charging, and that's pretty much the fastest that it gets when it comes to wireless charging. But with this guy, 20 watts, it is definitely groundbreaking for sure. It is doing something that no other phone company has done either. I'll definitely bring you guys a speed test on the wireless charging for that. Taking a look at the back, mainly over here first before we peel away what's on the front, you can clearly see the triple lens setup over here. Now we kind of have like a halo going on here on one of the cameras. We have a 48 megapixel snapper, which is your main wide sensor here. Then we have a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor, which is there for your ultra wide zooming capabilities. And then we have a telephoto lens, which is 12 megapixels for your 2x zoom, so going forward, which is really great to see. This is the first trio camera setup in any Xiaomi device to date. And this is the Ocean Blue version that I have over here. It's really got like a pearly kind of look to it. It's got Gorilla Glass 5 at the back, which is awesome, and Gorilla Glass 6 in the front. So taking a look around the phone, we have the power button on the right hand side over here, and we have the volume rocker. Then we actually have an infrared blaster over here, which is cool to see. And on the left, we have the Shower AI button, which can be remapped to the Google Assistant button. At the bottom, we have our speaker spectrum over here, as well as our Type-C port over there. And taking a look at the front of the phone, we have a 6.39 inch AMOLED display with a teardrop notch design. Now, teardrop notch is awesome. Before I jump onto MIUI 10, look how damn thin this phone is. I think it's 7.6 millimeters thin. It is ridiculously thin, and instead of the back kind of just being rounded on edge to edge, it's more rounded across the whole back of the phone, so it just sits in your hand really nice and snug. We're going to set up the fingerprint sensor over here for you guys. Now this is only Xiaomi's second take on in-display fingerprint sensors over here. Let's test it out. Make sure both your finger and the screen are clean. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty clean, right? There it is, guys. The Xiaomi Mi 9. I'm gonna test this guy up as much as I can, but before I do that, let's go ahead and check out this fingerprint sensor. So there it is. Actually very similar to Vivo's approach in the animation style. So let's go ahead. Oh, there we go. We're in. We're actually in. It's actually really quick, guys. This is super quick. I'm actually really impressed with this. Xiaomi are doing good things with this. It would have been cool to see an optical one like on the S10, but who's to say this is better? You know, who's to say that is better? Okay, let's go ahead and add some face data over here. Oh, okay, well, that's done. So that was super quick. Let's go. And we're in. Okay, there are animations in this phone, but guys, I must say, remember, I said the View 20 is the fastest. I think they're all doing something. I'm gonna put my hand over my mouth, and I'm in. Okay, so it's actually got me slightly 3 mapped, I guess you could say. But I'm really amped with this. Xiaomi are doing some things with Face Unlock. And even though it has a 3300 milliampere battery, which is 100 milliamps bigger than the Mix 3, but 100 milliamps smaller than the Mi 8. Xiaomi, I'm not sure why you're doing this, but it is nice and thin, and it is a 7 nanometer chip in it, so the battery size actually should do quite good. I'm expecting definitely over 6 hours of screen on time for that small battery with this chip running in it. Just one complaint I've seen out the box, and that this camera bump, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, it is absolutely huge. Of the size of the sides of this phone, maybe even more, maybe 2/3 of the width of the phone itself. Do you think it would have been better if they made the phone a bit fatter and then made that bump smaller? This is like a rocking boat over here, but maybe in a case. Here's the case. Let's see what it's like once it's in there. So got it in our case, and the bump, it actually has a normal damn bump now. So there you guys have it, the Xiaomi Mi 9. Now this may not be the phone to beat this year. This may not be the best phone of the year, but it's one damn good looking phone. It has so much going for it with a crazy impressive spec sheet. I'm so excited to give this guy a proper run for its money. I really am digging this color, and I'm sure you guys can see it a lot better now. It has a teardrop notch style in the front there, which is not too bad, but it is no hole punch notch, and it is no bezel-less display. But nevertheless, I guess you could say it looks similar to the OnePlus 6T, if anything else, especially with this little fingerprint sensor embedded into the display here, which is quite nice. It works quite well, and the facial recognition is quite good too. The battery is not the biggest at 3300 milliamperes. It is only 10 months newer than the last iteration of it, which is the Xiaomi Mi 8, but it has improved quite a lot. We're looking at about 30% better performance due to the 7 nanometer Snapdragon 855 chipset that is in here, which will give you quite a huge boost, and most importantly, a better battery life. We have a crazy 27 watt fast charger in the box. I don't think there's going to be much that is going to take this in terms of price, especially with a Sony IMX 586 sensor on the back here, which is the same as the View 20, which I said was on par with the Mate 20 Pro and the Pixel 3 XL. Falls of it, other than just this bump here, it's not IP certified whatsoever, so don't take this guy around any pool or anything, though I'm sure if it dropped in a little puddle of water or you got some rain on it, it would be fine. It's pretty sealed. There's no slide or anything here, so it should be a bit splash proof. There is no external storage here, so you're capped at 128 gigs. But if you guys are anything like myself, 128 gigs is plenty fine, especially with all this cloud storage and everything happening going on here. But I mean, no one told Samsung that, so it's 1 terabyte cell phone. Anyway, I'm going to be getting my hands on the S10 in a couple days, and I'll definitely be looking at doing a test between this phone and that phone. I'm going to be giving this guy a full run for its money in a full review coming out in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. Pop a like down below, subscribe if you have yet to do so, and until next time guys, this is Tech.